Hello and welcome to Petrifying Pumpkins. Hope you're doing alright, and if you clicked on this vid, then I'm guessing you're in the same boat as me and are pretty excited for Bravo Team to launch on PSVR next Tuesday. That's if you're in North America. If you're a disgusting peasant like me and live in Europe, then you'll be punished by waiting an extra 24 hours for reasons that nobody can explain. But just in case you don't know what this $40/euro game is, I'll give you the official spiel from the devs themselves. Bravo Team is a first-person cover-based shooter built for teamwork, both single-player and two-player online co-op, set in a fictional modern-day city in Eastern Europe. Bravo Team puts you in an intense firefight that will test both your shooting and tactical combat skills. We were inspired by action movies set in war zones, so think intense combat, quick thinking, and constant communication. You'll need to be physical too, leaning around corners or ducking for cover. While the game is fully compatible with the standard DualShock 4 and PlayStation Move controllers, we have really enjoyed exploring the immersive opportunities of the aim controller. For example, you can raise the aim to view through the iron sights or hold above your head to blind fire. Now speaking of the devs, these are the same people who brought us the Until Dawn franchise, supermassive games, including the recent The Inpatient, which kinda got some mixed reviews. Earlier today we got a new trailer titled Immersion Trailer for Bravo Team, and we are going to take a closer look and see what we can see.
Peggy 16.
Alright, well first of all we start off with an age rating of 16, so that should keep them squeaky kids off the mic. Just kidding, these things are almost completely worthless.
Bravo Team, do you copy? Over?
So I want to pause it right here. Now it seems that once you boot up this game, you will in fact be teleported or perhaps transported to an actual European war zone. Now I don't know how the devs have managed to pull this off, because I have questions like what about the walls of your house and stuff, but look, I'm not a dev, I'm sure they have the logistics figured out.
The military are no longer our ally.
So then we go into this guy's head, where we can see some actual gameplay on this bridge area here. There are some things you might want to take note of here, including the large holographic sight that makes it easy to aim. Right below that, you'll clearly see your ammo count in rather large text, which is very good for VR. I'd like you to take a look at the bus further ahead in the back of the bridge there. You can clearly see two enemies on top who appear to be performing Slavic squats. I can't zoom in enough to see if they're wearing tracksuits, but it's probably safe to assume that the enemies are either Russian or some type of Eastern European Slavs.
They want you dead.
Okay, this next part is very interesting. You can see the player here is physically moving slightly left and slightly right. This likely confirms one of two things: that the game will have slow moving bullets that can be dodged, or the player is actually Neo the whole time, and this game is secretly a spin-off for The Matrix. I know it's probably too late to mention now, but spoiler warning. LOL.
If you stay alive long enough, we might just find out why. Show them what Bravo Team is made of.
Okay, so this next part is actually very revealing, because we've zoomed right out of the white male's head, and we can now see that he was actually a female person of color the whole time. This is exactly like Metal Gear Solid 2, where players were tricked into thinking they'd be playing as Snake, but ended up playing a blonde woman instead. This may be plot related, but I think the reason they are hiding the true protagonist's identity is for marketing and sales reasons, and I know that's cynical, and I'd like to believe we as humans are better than that, but I'm just being realistic. Anyway. Here we are actually watching the traversal system in action. You see, this game is a lot closer to a game like Time Crisis than it is to a COD or a Battlefield. You start behind some cover, you press a button to pop out and shoot, and then you progress to the next piece of cover. You have no control of the actual transition between cover. You just watch your avatar running from a third-person perspective. Now the reason for this is for all the little Johnny baby bellies out there who can't handle a bit of motion in their games, and they go on the comment sections making sure we all know about their pathetic genes. Meanwhile, us steel-stomached macho men are punished. Anyway, let's move on before I get too angry and play Scavenger's Odyssey, because I can. Here we see the main character transform back into a man again because she is very confused, and this war is probably adding a dose of PTSD into the mix. So this next piece with the chopper is fairly cool. It's like a cool little set piece, but I'm unsure if we, the players, are the one who actually shoot the chopper down or if it's just a scripted sequence, because I don't even know if it's possible to take down a chopper with just an assault rifle from that kind of range. But anyway. Okay, so this part here is what we've all been waiting for, the slide. So this game is actually going to be bundled with a 30-foot slanted ramp that you can install at home for this particular part of the game, and the feedback from people who have used it at trade shows so far has been phenomenal. So this part right here appears to be some kind of weapon box. Now maybe these are placed at the start of the mission, acting as loadout selection menus, or maybe you can stumble across them to adapt the mission as needed. The character appears to pick up a shotgun here, which he proceeds to use to slaughter people with in the next part of the trailer. Now here you see the player blasting a fire extinguisher. This hints at potential environmental interactions that may have an effect on the gameplay, although this particular explosion appears to do little more than harmlessly spray some men with white foam, and let me tell you, there's cheaper ways to do that. We see here in this next scene that the strain of slaughtering innocent fire extinguishers has caused another personality split, and we have become a woman again, this time with the sniper rifle. And I'd like to point out here that I'm very happy that the scope actually zooms in. That's something that I really wanted to have with the precision rifle from Farpoint that I felt was lacking. Here's an interesting scene where we see the player being attacked by a shadow version of himself in hand-to-hand combat. Now this is no doubt a metaphorical expression of the battle that the player has raging with their own mental health issues. Next we have a lad giving an enemy a tactical hug from behind, which causes the enemy to collapse from the warmth and love that he felt from it. Here we see a fella trying to look cool by doing one of those jumps, but he got the timing wrong and the explosion actually happened a few minutes after this scene. Next, we see a guy getting splatted in the back of the head. This looks like it might be in a cutscene, but I can't tell if he's a good guy or bad guy because I haven't been paying enough attention to the uniforms of the bad guys, if I'm being honest. Here we've got a nice door breach scene. It appears we watched this from a third-person perspective. This seems a bit unnecessary to me. The way I see it, the less you take us out of our, quotation marks, bodies, the better the experience will be.
Good luck, brother.
Here we see that the male personality has prevailed and is now in total control. And finally, we see that there's a nice little bundle there for you, if you haven't already got the aim controller, which you really should have. I would hate to play this game on a DualShock 4 or even Move controllers, unless they let you dual wheel handguns and SMGs in each hand or something like that. So let's take a quick look down to the comment section of the YouTube trailer, and let's just get a feel for how people are reacting to it. So this first one is from Shango Thomas. Too much gay games these days. This next one from Fahad Munib. That gun controller thing looks so gay. 3 thumbs down. Over here with a name I can't pronounce. It's not teleportation. It's not on rails. It's tactical. Well, it's just always so lovely to get the opinions of my peers. Anyway, that's it for this anal anal assist of the new Bravo Team trailer. Are you interested? Are you hype? Are you gonna get it day one? Let me know down below. Before I go, just want to let you know, this video took a lot of blood, sweat and tears to make. Mostly sweat though. So make sure that you like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Okay? Bye bye.